Hello everyone, and now welcome to a game between Happy and Grubby. This game taking place here on Autumn Leaves 2.0. Happy spawning as the random Night Elf player on the top right hand side of the map. Meanwhile, Grubby spawning as the yellow Orc. Orc versus Night Elf in a 1v1 matchup. And well, Grubby does have the uphill disadvantage of not knowing Happy's race, but well, I guess Grubby does also have the uphill advantage of Happy not playing undead. All right, Farsi are going to be opening in. Meanwhile, it is going to be Keeper of the Grove in this 1v1 matchup. Ancient of War already absorbing a little bit of damage here as the Keeper of the Grove picks up Claws of Attack +5. Farseer making a move out across the field. Dual Spirit Wolves able to put in some pressure, and here we go. Gonna try and get in some engagement. Treants are down as well. Grubby is trying to put in some pressure on Happy already. Going to find him and perhaps try and creep jack just a little bit there, getting in a little bit of damage onto perhaps some of those treants or some other units. Wisp, their beautiful heal by the Moonwell as the Lightning Orb was about to hit Happy's Archer. All right, continuing to fight and engage. It looks as though the creeps are still kind of mad at Happy for some reason, as we see another treant getting taken down there. Farseer getting up to a little bit more experience. Keeper of the Grove wanting to get to level 2, really wants to get Entangle. Meanwhile, down to the south here, we are going into, dual Barracks Headhunters. All right, so dual racks Headhunters, not something I normally see. I would have expected that tech to tier 2 to have begun, but that is not the case. All right. Farseer now coming back through here. Keeper of the Grove does get to level 2, I believe. Nope, the Tome of Agility was in fact picked up, but I can't tell by who or who picked it up or by whom, as the Farseer now making its way down. Is it by whom? Did I use whom correctly? And Clash of Titans. Hey, Cody, can you look how many Wisp are in the mining? Oh, yeah. 5/5. Coming back down to this center portion here, Archer's going to try and engage Farseer, looking to clear things up. I would have been surprised if Happy had anything other than full saturation on that gold mine. All right, Grubby, Headhunters trying to, retreat back there. Wolves able to finish off another treant there as Farseer able to continue to pressure just a little bit. And I believe Happy may actually be surprised by the number of units that Grubby is going to come across or come out with, as the Headhunter count is just going to continue to grow and grow. Archers are trying to, poke down Grubby. Grubby is going to deny, denies an Archer there and continuing to rack up more and more damage. The Moonwells are providing plenty of healing, but they are limited in capacity, even though it is nightfall. Happy cannot have this fight just seemingly go on forever. As more and more Headhunters join in on the battle, is Grubby actually bringing in, watchtowers into the fight for a tower attempt. So we are looking at Grubby attempting to tower Happy with these watchtowers just outside of sight range, and also place down a Voodoo Lounge. All right, however, this is quickly going to get spotted here. Keeper of the Grove going to spot this forward base, this outpost being placed down, and it should get cleaned up easily. Farseer going to get to level 2, pick up some decent items, and, stop his, forward outpost play, and perhaps get punished for that little bit of a cheeky play there, forcing cancellations, and taking a little bit of damage here. All right, if at first you don't succeed, try again. And Grubby says, now that you've already scouted everything out, there's no reason for me to build it so far away. I can build it right underneath your nose, and you need to respond to it. All right, Panda was trained up. Happy is already at tier 2. Meanwhile, we are still only at tier 1 by Grubby, as Grubby has really doubled down this aggression with dual Barracks Headhunters. All right, so dual Barracks Headhunters trying to put in pressure and engage here. There's some additional damage there. More javelins still being thrown as we're still engaging back and forth here. Panda going to try and fight its way through, perhaps going to land some breaths of fire across all of these Headhunters. And for a level 1 hero to deal that much damage against massive tier 1 army, that is a very efficient Brewmaster who may just continue to grow more and more. More breath of fire going down. Remember that cone of effect, or that area of effect, is actually a bit larger than the animation shows, as the Farseer now looks to retreat back again.
A player's forces are under attack.
Oh, it is. Well, Panda, Happy's gold mine is currently at 4/5 saturation right now. So yeah, Happy is going to be falling behind economically, and perhaps not understanding why. It's not like Acolytes versus Wisps are that different of a mechanic for entangling versus haunting gold mines, as the Farseer looks to clear up these creep camps here. That is going to turn into a significant economic advantage over time, as the Panda now looks to put pressure back. We're still looking at full saturation on this gold mine here, as Grubby is now teching to tier 2. Yeah, he was at 5/5 before. He pulled perhaps a Wisp out, but if you pull a Wisp out, you would normally remember to put a Wisp back in. Maybe Handicap, he feeling that superior. I don't know. If Happy beats Grubby if Happy beats Grubby, even though he is down an entire Wisp mining, that is a huge difference. 600 gold a second versus what 480, or was that 10? Yeah, 540. Yeah. Oh no, 20%. No, it is a 480. It's a 480. That is a huge difference. That's like a footman, or an archer every minute. All right, going to go ahead and engage Grubby using that scroll of healing effectively across all of those headhunters. They're going to try and engage once more. 36. Happy is 36-0 versus Chinese and Korean pros in best of sevens at them. I don't doubt that. All right, even with an off race though. All right, continuing to retreat back here. Then I got to remember, Grubby is no longer a pro. He is a professional streamer, even though he is extremely good at WarCraft 3 still. All right, Happy finding ways to head off and now try and put pressure onto that Orc Burrow. Their Orc Burrow taking quite a bit of damage. And maybe perhaps Happy with the advantage. 42/50 supply is giving Grubby a little bit of a fighting chance to get back into this game. What would be interesting to see is if this game goes long enough and Grubby's gold mine mines out, but Happy isn't forced to start mining another base because he's only been mining with 4 out of 5 wisps and has a more income of gold and is able to, well, budget his gold better, so to speak. Archers still continuing to engage. Headhunters lobbing those javelins back and forth. Farseer sitting at level 3. Brewmaster sitting at level 2. No sign of a second hero as of yet. Keeper the Grove not heading back off to the north. Yep, still sitting at half saturation. I do not believe Happy is the type of player who would simply ignore or not notice that 4 out of 5, that he's sitting at 4/5 right now, especially after he went back to his Tree of Ages to try and tech it to Tree of Eternity. Now, an interesting thing to point out here is he hasn't even gone for Ancient of Lores yet. And I'm not quite sure what he wants at tier 3. Is he going to try and go for chimeras, which would be a bit interesting there, as the Panda gets to level 3 now with level 2 Breath of Fire. All right. Tree of Ages heading back off to the north here. We're looking at the Farseer. Well, looking to clear things up. Going to pick up, I believe that was a 1 mana stealing. Farseer having a pretty decent attack speed now, or a fast attack speed now. Able to rack up damage. Tauren Chieftain now out here as well. Maybe coming in with stomps and shockwaves, as we're looking at the Sasquatch about to get taken down. 39 supply compared to 38. Happy having the tech advantage now, just completing Tree of Eternity. And, well, also has the Panda sitting at level 3 with that Potion of Mana. Massive Archer, Forest Troll, Berserker, Army Panda picking up a Talisman of Evasion. Well, it makes more sense to not pick up Drunken Brawler now, as the crits wouldn't make that much of a difference. And, well, his Evasion is already at the level 2 Drunken Brawler ability, or probably closer to the level 2 Drunken Brawler ability. Headhunters. Tauren Chieftain. Tauren Chieftain has Endurance Aura first, takes down one of those level 6 large wolves. Keeper of the Grove now looking to retreat back. Keeper of the Grove does have Orb of Venom, going to rack up damage, taking down unit after unit. There goes one as well. Keeper of the Grove could try and rack up a little bit more damage. However, that Spirit Wolf able to cause a bit of pathing issues, preventing that Keeper of the Grove from chasing. 63 over 90 supply. There goes an entangle onto the Tauren Chieftain. Tauren Chieftain about to, well, break free from that. There's a Drunken Haze. And, well, are we going to see a Breath of Fire, Orb of Venom onto both of those heroes? One, a mana stealing being used. Well, was it used by who? Not quite sure. Maybe it was used by the Panda to try and absorb a bit of that mana again. Happy still in a bit, or Happy still in the driver's seat of this game. Even nope, going back up to full saturation, 5 over 5 now. Perhaps I'm losing a bit of that gold. Well, nearly 6,000 compared to nearly 5,000 gold. So a 1,000 gold difference between these two players right now. About 8 minutes of mining difference. 8 minutes of mining with that handicap. As we're looking at the Grubby trying to go after this Granite Golem and Dire Frost Wolf creep camp. All right, Happy really looking to finish off this creep camp here. Gonna take down that wolf there. Now go after the Granite Golem. Meanwhile, Happy is already encroaching in from the north with mass tier 1 Breath of Fire coming back across. We are at tier 3. We have a Moonwell, and are we going to pick up another orb of, well, we should be picking up another Orb of Venom. So this may just be a massive range army coming across here. So Keeper of the Grove with Orb of Venom, Priestess of the Moon with True Shot Aura and Orb of Venom, and that damage does add up really quickly. There's a Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire, level 4 now on the Brewmaster, as well that mana is racking up a bit more. Berserkers are trying to dive in. They do have Frenzy, able to attack fairly fast as the archers are just firing and lobbing back the other way. Drunken Haze, Breath of Fire coming back again. Archers using that, Archers using Shadow Meld. However, Grubby realizing that puts down his foot and able to open the door to get in along all of these units. Trying to finish off the remaining archers, but they will simply teleport out as Happy, well, deals some devastating damage. Now, time to rinse and repeat the strategy again. Happy, however, not picking up an Orb of Venom on the Priestess of the Moon as I originally thought. Instead, picking up a Scroll of Town Portal and now venturing out once more. Down to the south here, Tauren Chieftain already sitting at level 3. Needs to find a way to get a little bit more mana. These dire wolves are absorbing large amounts of damage. Claws of Attack +9. No easy way to try and, well, pick that up until an item is used somewhere. Healing Salve onto a Clarity Potion. And now, well, picking up that Claws of Attack there. Trying to transfer some items around. Tauren Chieftain with, well, decent attack, but now Staff of Teleporting back home. All right, in comes the army here. Priestess of the Moon joining in on the fight here. A little bit of bonus damage. Archers dealing in some bonus damage. Keeper of the Grove could be following up from behind as we see a massive Drunken Haze Breath of Fire across Grubby's units. Panda still continuing to engage. Brewmaster, well, has enough for one charge of each and a potion of mana still. As we're looking at a Drunken Haze Breath of Fire across many units in the center. I don't believe that really hit that many units with that combination though. All right, Tauren Chieftain throws down a Stomp. Archers taking quite a bit of damage as they are stunned into oblivion. 36 supply compared to 37. Panda using that Breath of Fire and now continuing to fight back here. Has used the potion of mana already. Should be able to get a big Breath of Fire off. Big Breath of Fire would take down that pretty much that entire back line there without much of a problem as Shadow Wolves are now out here onto the battlefield. All right, it looks as though, yes, a Scroll of Healing was used to try and, well, prevent that Breath of Fire from dealing terrible damage as the Brewmaster now looks to retreat back. Happy 34 over 60 supply, and it looks like that gold advantage that he gave Grubby has really started to turn into an actual on the field advantage as Grubby has the larger army on the field at least for now. All right. The heroes will be incredibly key, though. Level 5 Farseer, level 3 nearly level 4 Tauren Chieftain, going up against a level 4 Keeper of the Grove, level 4 Panda, and level 4 Priestess of the Moon. All right, units looking to engage here. Ancients of Lore making their way down. Well, Ancients of Lore, I'm on the battlefield here. Mastery training is now done. There's a staff of teleportation to join in on the battlefield here, as the Priestess of the Moon was already down here as well. Scroll of Town Portal inbound. Units are all going to retreat again. Orc burrows full, but a lot of delayed mining once more as the archers are trying to fall back again. Panda, there goes a breath of fire across multiple units. Low hit point. Headhunter perhaps should try and back down. Level 4 now on the Tauren Chieftain for faster movement speed, able to catch up to all of those units again. All right, Tauren Chieftain still looking to retreat back. Where are all of these units perhaps trying to go next? As the Panda now with, well, Drunken Brawler not going to be able to benefit nearly as much from that Talisman Evasion. Might as well sell it to clear up an item slot or give it to another hero. Priestess of the Moon still wandering around here, perhaps going to cause a bit more problems, a bit more damage onto some of those peons. The army of Grubby now making its way off to the north. What is happening here? I guess Druids of the Claw and archers are simply just hiding in the back, trying to build up the proper army, as there's going to be some sort of tech swap here. Priestess of the Moon could be in trouble. There goes an Entangle there. There's a Staff of Preservation. There's a Scroll of Town Portal. Priestess of the Moon may not be able to make it out. Down to 58, down to 36, and able to escape. I could have sworn there were multiple javelins racing toward that Priestess of the Moon. But, well, the Priestess of the Moon able to retreat back in time. Happy now back up on top with that supply lead. 48 over 60 supply. Training up an additional bear, and should be making a play out onto the battlefield momentarily. All right. Tauren Chieftain sitting at level 4, clearing out, well, a 653 creep camp. I believe there's another creep off over there. Tauren Chieftain just pretty much tanking, absorbing damage. Going to be able to finish things off. Picks up a Sobi mask. That will be a large amount of mana regeneration for that Tauren Chieftain to place down more stomps. All right, mana regeneration looking stronger and stronger. Tauren Chieftain now making its way back down. We're looking at the Priestess of the Moon and Pandas here, just constantly putting in pressure with that breath of fire. Grubby only has 4 more workers, soon to be only 3 more workers if this Orc Burrow gets taken down. All right, damage is starting to rack up. Are we going to see any repairs here? Staff of Teleportation in order to retreat back. Keeper of the Grove, Priestess of the Moon, just constantly running with these tactics over and over again, as bears and archers are hanging back purposely.
A player's forces are under attack.
Keeper of the Grove, Priestess of the Moon, perhaps going to regroup here. 638 gold compared to 306. Happy has a comparable size army, 37 compared to 34, but Grubby's economy is completely in utter despair, as the economic advantage now belongs to Happy, even though he was mining. He was 1,000 gold behind. Now he is more than 1,000 gold ahead. All right, Goblin Zeppelin coming in with that play there, dropping off all of the heroes. There goes an Entangle. There goes one unit. Are we going to see another auto attack? There's a bit of deny. 34 supply compared to 48, as the Keeper of the Grove looks to, retreat back again. Heroes once more coming back around. Tauren Chieftain still sitting at 4. And we're going to be going into a fight. 1 Orc Burrow only. That is all that is left. Treants coming in from the other side. We see the summoning. There's a Staff of Preservation. Panda going to try and get off a little bit of perhaps Breath of Fire damage across all of these peons. There's a Breath of Fire. And wow, all of those units taken down. Timing that Breath of Fire so that the Breath of Fire animation was still on the Orc Burrow as the Panda destroyed the burrow. So all of those units were blown over as well. How effective is Happy's harassment? I need 0 hands to count the number of peons Grubby has. currently has 0 workers. At City at 30 over 11 and supply blocked. Happy at this point in stage in the game doesn't need to engage. He knows that anything Grubby tries to do, well, the only thing that Grubby can do is try and get down to 0 or get back under upside down on supply and then train a peon before he can train anything else. Happy could just sit back and relax and know he has this game as he has the larger army. All right. Continuing to fight back and forth here. Happy going to throw down perhaps a Drunken Haze Breath of Fire across all of these units, but this game is pretty much clearly written and over. Happy waiting for the decisive killing blow against this army. There is that Drunken Haze Breath of Fire dealing terrible damage across multiple units. Tauren Chieftain throws down a stomp and still, well, 53 supply compared to 25, 45 supply army compared to 25 here, as the Priestess of the Moon does have an Orb of Venom this time around. Chain Lightning bouncing around, not finding any targets. Thank you for the follow. Both sides continue to engage. There's the GG. Well played. Grubby unable to take down Happy, even though Happy did give him a bit of a resource advantage during the mid-game. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.